This problem is an application problem involving fractions. Grandma Shelby left 2/3 of her 7/8 acre tree farm to Carl. Carl gave 1/4 of his share to his oldest daughter, Irene. How much land did Irene receive? Well, let's approach this problem using our 5-step problem-solving strategy, and the first step is to familiarize ourselves with the situation. We realize that we're going to have to do this problem in steps. We're first going to have to find the number of acres that Carl received, and then calculate from there the number of acres that Irene received. So let's let K equal the number of acres Carl received. And we'll let R equal the number of acres Irene received. And again, we're going to be looking at a 2-step process. So in the translate step, which is the next step, we're actually going to have 2 equations. Carl received, we can look back at the problem, 2/3 of 7/8 of the tree, of a 7/8 acre tree farm. So of translates to multiplication, so K, the number of acres Carl received, would be 2/3 of 7/8, or 2/3 times 7/8. Irene received 1/4 of what Carl received, so R, the number of acres Irene received, will be 1/4 times K. We'll move to our solve step. And in this step, we will first find K, and then use K to find R. To find K, we multiply. We have 7 times 2 in the numerator. Multiplying denominators, we have 8 times 3. And we can factor the 8 to simplify. In the numerator, we have 7 times 2. In the denominator, we have 2 times 4, which is 8 times 3. And we can factor this as 2 over 2 times 7 over 4 times 3. 2 over 2 is 1. So we have 7 over 4 times 3, or 7/12. This tells us that Carl received 7/12 of an acre. Irene received 1/4 of Carl's. So R, or Irene's amount, would be 1/4 times 7/12. Multiplying numerators, we have 1 times 7. Multiplying denominators, we have 4 times 12. And there are no factors in common. So we multiply, we have 1 times 7 is 7. 4 times 12 is 48. And we have a value for R. Now we move to our next step, which is to check. And in this case, probably the best check would be to go over our calculations again and make sure we didn't make any mistakes. And we would find that the answer does check, and we need to state clearly the answer to the question, and that is that Irene received 7/48 of an acre of land.